We have Sentient with whatchamacallits, fish, peoples. It's consumed Seraph. We have Days Talos, Arcus with Sweeper. 2 Razor Sharp Edges is nice. Helical Crystallis is good. Bramble Ashes could be okay. I think Spike Steel double damage is probably a good one. Enemy units with Frostbite is also very good. So one of the issues is this is potentially dead. Is that a problem? It's only potentially dead, right? It's not dead. Yeah. It does open up Spreading Spores and Thorn Hollow, though, if you went explosive. Enemies appear on each floor. We take it, but it can be rough. This one can be tough on the old Sentient. You know, she doesn't have a huge hit point pool, and these guys up top especially hit very hard early. We should be able to get her up to... Alright, so we're hitting for 20, 25. Makes me wonder if I even bother with this one, or if we just clear these out just to take less damage. And I like the idea of the take less damage approach here. And the question goes, do we want to pull out a Train Steward? And I don't think we care. I think we just want to reduce that incoming damage. An argument can be made that if we Crystallis here and then start Frozen Lancing, we reduce even more damage because these hit for 5, whereas those ones are only hitting for 3. Definitely valid. But you can always get those guys later. There's one Frozen Lance coming. We don't currently have any rejuve, so that's only worth the 1. I'll take off 5 instead of healing 3, which only net of 2. If I already had 1 rejuve on, I would have played the Restore instead of Frozen Lancing. That guy has to go if we want to stand any chance here. Also probably going to need... more damage out of that guy. Never didn't have it. Spikes kind of makes you invest in spikes. Well, you can go the investment into spikes to just put everything into it, and especially with the relic like this, that's not bad, right? Because you're now potentially investing in something that's very strong instead of something that's just better than average strong. So that's good. However, you could choose not to invest in the spikes too much and just leave your very strong, you know, natural champion as is to be very strong and focus on a completely different area. At any rate, I think we still put in for healing because healing is good. Now we'll probably have our champion on the bottom floor at this rate for Seraph because Scourgy Birdsies. Do we have any other reason to do anything with these cards? Not really. Offering Token can be okay, but I don't think so. So now it comes down to if we want to go for plant or if we want to go for fish. I mean, Offering Token for an incant, purely just for an incant, would have been okay, especially if we go down the incant road, like go for a Rage Siren. to go behind our Spike champion, which is not terrible. Or if we want to go both Sirens, a Rage for up top. The issue is we're going to be playing healing down the bottom, so you're going to lose incants down there. Unless we get a big heal, and then you play that on champion. You know what? Let's go this way. So. I don't think we're going to do the Bramble Ash holdover, especially against Consume Seraph. Holdovers, I don't feel as good about holdover against Thingy Seraph. Let's put this here. I like getting a zero cost Wildwood Sap. There's something about 50. Okay. Do I want to put extra damage into those? A little bit. Let's reroll. Permafrost? No. Alright. Just for like mainly, I think the 5 times dupe option. There you go. It opens up for. Do I need another unit? What would I be taking if I was going for another unit right now? I wonder if I'd take a Shark to go bottom floor over Spike's bottom floor. Just so I could have 2 extra turns for Rejuve, and I don't think we need it. I probably need... Hey Wagner, how you doing, man? Hey, I got an emote thanks to your sub. There you go, check that out. So the other option is, if we need to ramp up What's-Her-Face, our plant, against Seraph, we need a top floor with a tank. So the only other option is... Well, the other option is get a Shark and put Shark Endless bottom floor and have Spikes up top. Which is also good, right? So we probably need to get one of those. And I can't see the 10 armor really being an issue since Spikes are dealing 20 damage. She does no damage though, right? Oh, we can give her a little bit of help. We can give her a tiny boost. Oh, what's yours, Chromo? An unroll. What is that, a toilet paper? Okay, we can hit one of these. And the rejuve is worth... It keeps the regen topped up. Oh, he's got spikes. She gets 1 hit in. Whereas she would have done 9 damage, she's doing 13. That's still more. But I probably should have raised a sharp. Sentient. Doesn't matter. Okay, cool. Okay, Steel Enhancer good. Sharpen good. Sharpen's a strange one. So on our... Against Seraph, Sharpen's amazing. Because Seraph's hitting 3 times. And because we've got double spike damage, it's worth 8 3 times. So 24. Plus the 4 that we attack for that turn is a 28 point damage. Whereas on... Go it back, it's only worth 12. Steel Enhancer for the moment, but I'm pretty sure we've got a Merchant of Steel coming, right? Unless we go Awoken, if we want to go for Trinket. I mean, I think hitting the Merchant of Steel's better. And then we get, like, what we want is health and plus 10 on Animus, just to give it that nice boost to damage at the start. Nothing else hits multi though, and we've got Arcus. Let's just look at like a Steel Enhancer then. Yeah. It's not the greatest, but it does a thing. I don't really think Wilting Sapwood does what we want. Can it tank up top? We got a Stygian Banner? We're going to a Stygian Banner. I'd rather say no. So best unit here is Shark. And there's an Endless for it. And straight up we take Heartstone for Animus. Now we could go Battlestone. It's not the biggest starting damage. Means we're starting on 8 instead of... so 24 damage instead of 39 damage. We do have a little bit extra heals, extra health available to Razor Sharp. Then we're going to want him to be hitting up the dupe on... I wonder if we want it... So there's Merchant of Magic to try and hit up. Or we want to be duping our thing. I got a recycled toilet paper out on YouTube actually, Kizron. They didn't mention because cutting down trees is bad. I mean, I'm sure they would have if I'd clicked on it. It was definitely one of those ads where you can click on it and watch the longer infomercial. And sometimes I like watching those. You know, helps me get ready to go to bed. You know, really makes me drowsy. But this one looked like it would be a bit too upbeat. You only get ads for engagement rings now because you had a conversation with your wife about her cousin's ring too close to the smart speaker. Idiot. It's your own fault. I actually like the Manscaped ads. They're I don't know what they put in the water that they give the actors that do the parts, but they really like go full out on the over the topness of the role, and they're clever, very very clever, you know. Although I don't like the recent one where they're sitting around the Christmas, like sitting on the couch at Christmas time, giving each other gifts and with cheesy smiles and stuff. That one's not funny. But the one where the dude like uses the scissors on the top of the sausage, whoa, Or the guy's got the little plant out the front of his on his verge, and his neighbour's looking over the. You know, that one's a funny one. I'm your guru. Okay, so are we going past another Merchant of Steel? No. No. And no. No. Alright, so I'm bypassing all the Merchants of Steel, so I'm just going to give this to the Animus. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that either, because you're on there, right? Hellhorn for some armor? Or some rage? Rage isn't awful to put on Animus just to give her a nice little boost. Melting's probably bad. Stygian silence? Yeah, I'll take a crystal seeds. They're becoming stale? Yeah, I kind of view them though, when ads become stale on YouTube, I kind of consider them like cards in my starting deck. I don't really care if something I'm being forced to watch becomes stale, because like I said, you know, I don't really watch them. I actually think it'd be worse if they rotated enough to keep them fresh, because that's potentially keeping me from clicking the skip ads button more. And I'd rather be watching what I want to watch instead of being enticed to watch an ad that seems enjoyable. Okay, looks like we have Dazed Talos hitting into Spike Sentient, and we don't care. And even though he's endless, I don't want him just getting slaughtered. I want to play other cards, not pay one for him every other turn. Go mid. Idiot. We're good here. Whoa, Black Betty. No. Ah, haste. Haste, hey? Oh wait, I got spikes, no one cares. Would we take Spreading Spores? Heck yes. Take Capacity so we can get Shark on top floor as well. That Shark almost soloed. We go Spike Chandler or Awoken Rail Spike? We gotta go Chandler, right? Look at him. We might not find room for him, but we don't care. If we get to put him in on top floor with our team, good. If we don't, we don't. Chromo, I think if you reread what Kizron said, he said somewhere, not everywhere. So his statement is not only just not generalist, it's probably accurate. You know, there is likely to be one somewhere in the world that is doing that. Possibly not more than one. And maybe less than one. You know, detail is in the words. Wait, aren't you a lawyer? Don't you do this contract crap? Shouldn't you have read that, noticed that already, and be defending Chromo against, defending Kizron against would-be Chromos? Not a lawyer? I don't know, you keep saying that. I'm not believing it. Your job pertains around telling people what the law is and isn't in relation to things. That sounds like lawyer to me. Oh, you just play one on TV. Okay, so we have this is tough. Yeah, I'm going with tough. So on one hand, duping a zero cost Wildwood sap is good. Right? On the other hand, double stacking one is also good. However, we can't get the 5 times dupe anymore. What else do we get to do here? Not much. We don't have much gold. However, there's gold. Or we could remove 2 Stuarts, which also doesn't do too much for us. Because we kind of can play Stuarts out. I prefer not to play the Stuarts out though. Oh, also our Shard Channeler is going to die to that Sweeper in the Arcus fight. And I'm not going to give him health. And I'm not going to waste a freaking thing on him. So here's my unpopular opinion on some things, but also it becomes the popular opinion on similar yet different things. Because Chromo said the breakdancing is an Olympic sport. Cool, whatever. It's more medals for Eastern European countries. I don't like... now, I know people say, oh, but there's a rule set and judges have to score within certain parameters and blah, frickety blah. You know, and we do things like don't count the lower score, don't count the highest score, and all the rest. I just don't like competitions where you can't measure the winner. I mean, in this case, in those ones you can. It's whoever got the highest score, but the score isn't measurable. No, wait, the point value of the score is measurable. But when someone says, no, I don't think, or I don't believe, or I don't, you know, and sure, they're, you know, and of course that opens up for bribery and stuff as well, right? Well, if a single judge is having bad days and giving lower scores to everyone, that's uniform, you know, across the board, right? But whatever they're giving bad scores in might not be depending on someone's routine and stuff in different ones. And unfortunately, that takes out, like, a lot of those competitions that are score-based require a lot of training, a lot of skill, and definitely a lot of athleticism. So it does fit a lot of the sporting categories. In saying that, though, a lot of the, like, apart from, like, the running or swimming or anything else that is just, there's no judging whatsoever. So team sports like basketball, well, that officials can be having, you know, that's the same thing. They have to officiate. I don't care. Like, they have to umpire or referee based on a lot of subjective things. It's officiate. Yeah. What's the partisan judge in that? I mean, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I know the word partisans, but I don't really know what it means. I know of the word partisan. That's probably a better way. In terms of like, yeah, but in this term specifically of like judges and things. So like like team sports are tough because if you have to have a referee or an umpire or someone, you know, that makes a ruling, you know, that can have an impact. Individuals that are from that country. Yeah, they do cut off highest and lowest scores to prevent that. Yeah. I'm sure if they have to justify it though, like there'd be something there would, I'm assuming, be something in play that says if a judge had to explain their score, they've got a score cut or something. But, you know, if they know like what people say, these guys and girls are you know, long-standing, whether they're expert participants or just highly trained judges, they know what they can get away with marking down for. And if someone said, oh, I don't think that was accurate, I see where you're coming from. It's like, well, if you see where I'm coming from, you can see where I marked it down. Whereas you could, you know, something can be in that area where you can mark them down for it or not, you know. Still, it'll be fun to watch. Anyway, back to my sport. Yeah, so we could take a risk there. And there's not much to lose, really, but we don't really have much to gain there either. I think just getting regular Wildwood Saps boosted is fine. Like, that's a guarantee 10. And it's only double stack. The payoff is, though, if we do get a double stack on that one, then we get a duplicate double stack. You know. So we go to 20. However, we'll go to 15 because I'll be duplicating a regular one. Which isn't too bad because then we draw into one sooner, I guess. I don't want one of these. And removing a couple Stuarts is pretty good. I wonder if removing the Ice Lancers is better. And plan to play out the Stuarts. The problem is we never play out the Stuart. Which is the same as not playing out the Ice Lance. Alright. So I think if that's the argument, I'd rather remove the Ice Lance. Because on a turn where I have a chance to play an Ice Lance or a chance to remove a Stuart, like by playing it, playing it's better. Eurovision has a huge problem with partisan judging, but they get away with it because it's Eurovision and nobody actually cares about it. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, a younger teenage Panz cared about a certain slideshow that showed what the audience saw and what the judges saw on a certain winning Eurovision group. Now, I'm sure it was heavily photoshopped, you know, but it was something that a very, very sweaty teenage Panz was happy to see at the time. And possibly a early 20s Panz. And maybe 30s Panz, you know. Hey Cam, how you doing? We have a haste unit. Does that bother us? Not really. Enemies on each floor? Not really good. These ones hit harder and harder though, so it's a little bit of an issue, the each floor ones. Actually makes you want to put Shark up top. Interesting. Or we just play Crystalline Seeds on this floor. Yeah, that works. And then also do that. And take the same amount of damage. Okay, cool. No, I definitely wasn't working out when I was watching that particular picture that I found on the internet, Chromo. Well, I was involved in rigorous activities, but definitely not with friends. This was a hand solo type of event. Can we do bicep curls? Yeah, that's what. Yeah, bicep curls. But definitely not with my buds. Hey, Balthamos, how you doing? Let's play that out. Sometimes, no, that's fine. Not been eating spot. Oh, this is an issue. Because this guy's a jerk. I wonder if we get through there. Oh, I could have killed that guy with put Shark back. He's going to hit the pyre. How much damage are we doing? 60. Alright, we do 60 to him. So he does only hit us he hits us twice. She gets through on 2 hits, 56. Yeah, so she gets through on hits. Oh, hits him once. Okay, so it's not too bad. I'm good, man. I'm good. How you been? Look at that's close. Oh, hang on. Business opportunity. Workout buddy. Automated spotters. Are we still talking about what I thought we used to be talking about? Or are we actually talking about workouts now? Yeah, Steel Enhancer does work on enemies. Yeah, I could have put it on him, and then he would have hit for and taken 60 spike damage. That would have been a cool play. Man, now I look like a chump. Thanks, dude. I had a really cool play the other day. And I thought everyone would have been like, oh my god, look at that play. And one person's like, that was a good play. I can't remember what it was now though. But I thought it was good. I did something to the enemy units that normally you never do to them to get it to die. You had a flash of inspiration, what Chromo said. You're going to make a machine that helps you jerk off as a business adventure. I mean, I'm sure they already have those, but, you know. As we head on to the future that was predicted in the Stupidity movie, I'm sure there's huge profits to be made. What was the Stupidity movie? It's got what plants crave. Idiocracy? Yeah, that's the one. It's no longer a fear. I am now certain that in years to come, that won't be referred to as a movie from the insert decade now. It will be in some sort of historical news archive as a documentary of what actually happened to the world, and people will be looking at it going, "Man, we were so smart back then." They probably won't be speaking as coherently as that, though. But that'll be the gist of it. That's probably a good idea, Balthamos. I mean, in reality, though, we haven't said anything worse than what gets that's written on the script for most children's cartoons. You ever sit down and watch some kids shows, and they actually say some pretty wild things. Right? It's just all colours and brightness, and said in a way that the kids aren't supposed to understand. Do I care about him getting... Oh, we can put that there. That's right. And it makes me wonder... Right, because they do say it thinking that the children aren't going to understand it, right? But if that's the case, why even put it in? Like, the argument, oh, it's put there so that adults that have to watch certain shows or movies are different, right? Because maybe you put a little bit of adult humor in a seemingly kids show so that adults can enjoy it and whatnot. I kind of get that. But for television shows that are like specifically children aged, no, not aged, age based, whatever. You know, are you really trying to bridge an extra market or just a jerk? You know, potentially hoping to corrupt some child. Yeah, no, I can understand that from movies, but, you know, for actual TV shows, I don't think so. If anything, it makes you sort of perk up when you hear one and go, wait, is this appropriate for my child now? And then you have to watch to make sure it is. Movies get watched occasionally and a few times. Shows are forever. I don't know about that. Like, I mean, I can only speak from my parenting experience, but my kids watch movies over and over again. The television shows only got once watched like live on television, and that doesn't even happen now. But every single day? Yeah, but it's not the same show. And it's like once a day. And I don't sit down to watch it if I was just doing housework or whatever. I also think too, if the occasional inappropriate for children quip in a TV show is what stops you from going insane, you're probably already too highly strung. You know, most sort of grounded, level-headed people, you know, just ignore that stuff, right? Or ignore the kids' shows in the background because the kids are watching it. It's keeping them quiet. You're happy for it to be, you know, all happiness and candy. Children are confused by live TV. Yeah, that's kind of the way it is. Like, my kids didn't watch much live TV. We hadn't gone into the full streaming stuff yet, but for them it was just DVD movies and the occasional they'd come and watch something like they'd want to watch something on YouTube with us that was about one of their shows, or on one of their shows YouTube channels, so we were sort of transitionary streaming. I mean, I found out what time of day Sesame Street and Play School and all that were on so that they could get a little bit of some sort of, some semblance of educational value out of the TV. Relics? Probably just remove stuff. Maybe find a double stack. Oh, there you go. Now PBS has a streaming service. That is good. So we didn't have, we were still in the stage of CRT televisions with our kids. I mean, it wasn't long. Like, our kids were still young when we got a flat screen, but we still had the CRTs, and so they were in the when we in the house we had over east. We had a dedicated playroom, and so there was a television in there, so it wasn't getting internet. What if I put a 0 on a restore? No, let's still go there. I think that's good. Actually going to pay for my own removals? That sounds terrible idea, Panz. I actually will be paying for my own removals. And since we have a lot of money and I'm not likely to need it to buy trinkets at the next store, I'm going to do it now for this fight. Oh, I can re-roll as well. Hang on. Hold the phone. What's the premiums that are left that I would get? Holdover? No. Unconsume. Probably not. I've already got a double stack. What's the other one? Permafrost? No. So I'm only re-rolling. I'd only be paying 60 gold for a thing? Maybe. I think that's worth, though. Do I have another... We're going Merchant of Magic. I could have got a plus 20 consume, which would have been better, so I shouldn't have consumed one of these things. Let's re-roll anyway. Okay. That's fine. Permafrost is kind of like a removal, but it's pretty expensive for, especially when I've already checked out the path and, like, at best, I hit a plus 20 consume on the Frozen Lance, and then I used the Hell Vent for my own units. My spike thing needs 2 deals, but because it's Arcus, I'm kind of not fussed about having spikes with extra stuffs. Oh, you're gonna die. Sorry, little dude. I mean, I can save him. And it looks like we're going to have enough damage to kill everything on the top floor anyway. I only need one steel enhancer to save him. Well, I'd have to heal him as well. And I don't want to be doing that. I'm just going to go ahead and play that one there. It's likely the one I need to play it for. Although I could have held it till it got to top, and if I didn't need to play it, I'd have to use maths to work it out, and I don't want to do that. I just want to know that I'm killing stuff. Interesting. Never playing Bramble Ash. I have 2 energy left. So I can kill this restore for the rest of combat. And play 2 cards here. Yeah. We're still having one of those, and that's, I guess, okay. He's been silent, so we can do that. Let's get that out of the deck. That's one of those situations, it's the same if it was a Frozen Lance. Like, and I'm back onto the keeping Stewarts in the deck, right? Because let's say that's the Frozen Lance that we removed instead of the Stewart. I'm not playing either of them. I'd be playing the restore up here. Okay. So whether I keep a Steward in my deck or I keep a Frozen Lance that I never play, they're both just a dead weight. However, if I go, oh, we're in an okay spot, we can play the Stewart now. Or, if I've got enough energy and I haven't got any cards that I actually want to play, now I make my deck thinner. We care about Arcus on the bottom floor. We kill all that stuff anyway. That's Arcus on bottom floor. Sharkus. Sharkus on bottom floor. And we're good. Phew. I'm being pretty hard on removing the frozen lances though. Need more sap than that. Oh, that could be an issue. Let's consume Seraph though. I wonder if I've brought myself down too low. I do have some cards I can play. Let's grab an Ice Empire. Take more draw. We do have another dupe, so that'll be the good Wildwood Sap. I need to go there. Caverns? Sure. Good spike turn could be good, especially if we get it on the blights that Idiot's gonna give us. Yeah, I think now I go Stuart, right? Are we down to just spells? I put them on the razor sharps because, oh yeah, I could have had. I'm gonna try my best not to consume the razor sharps, which means I'm playing them second. Well, the fact that I'm trying to not consume them, I get more value out of their -1 compared to a restore, which could possibly get consumed. Draw 7 though. We should be able to get through playing a consumable spell first, and then a card that we don't really want to. Do I care about these guys? And do we need the money? The Penitent. Do we need the money is an interesting one. It's I mean, let's have a look at what we got. We're going to be duping a double stacked Wildwood Sap. We're going to be, I don't know, and I don't know. So it's only trinkets, and at the moment we can't buy a trinket. So sure, money. What trinket would we get? Sap tap. Yeah, probably even take Emblem of Exiles. What's really good though? The spikes the damage one, maybe. And nothing's huge in terms of trinkets. Consume cards, 50% chance to not to. There's a few. So how bad does Penitent wreck us? The Penitent have... crap. The Penitent's waves are a Steel Wing and a Gilded Wing. This is almost a free take, because we're not doing any damage to the front line anyway. The only damage we're doing is the 40 or 60 damage to the Penitent. We're going to take a lot of damage here, unless we get our thing up. In which case, then it doesn't even matter, because the front guy... Wow, okay. So if we take this, we'd probably take like 200 damage. If not 250 damage. Our spikes are doing 80, 120. Which means we have another 70 health to get through. After we get through an enemy that doesn't attack, which we can make attack. And then he'll die. but we cannot take the trial. No, I don't think we can. I'm pretty sure we're leaking here, and these guys leak at 50 damage apiece if you take this trial. And there's purifiers. And that's not a Chandler. So let's silence that one. Yep. And then we at least don't get one self-mutilation for the longest time. I'm going to do the thing where we get one of these guys to attack us. And then at least he'll die because we're dealing 120 damage. Yep. And then I think we have to take one of those. Let's hold up on that. So we would have taken 50 damage already. It wouldn't have been as bad as we thought, but, well, a little bit of luck. So that was probably the best that could have gone for us. And we only took 50 damage, and that's not accounting for the fact that some of these guys had taken damage down here. They would have still died to spikes, but there might have been one that didn't, I don't know. I deal 70 to him. And then we have 38. It's 108. Is that enough? Oh, no, yes. Okay. Good. -1's on X-Cost card. Could have been good. Hey Valkyrie, what do you know? Alright, we're not going to play him. We're going to let him go up top and get wrecked. Looks good. Yeah, I like that. Yes. We're definitely duping the thing. Actually, let's check. Play Frozen. Frozen's cost 0. Probably not. I don't think I want to re-roll on here either. Did we just put them down to being bad? Higher health, maybe? I don't think so. I think I'm more likely to put it on thing and not play the Bramble Ash. I'm gonna upgrade remove on the Wildwood Sap. And maybe get an extra play out of it. And just purge the Bramble Ash. I'm not going to play it as a 2 cost. The only other option is re-roll, play it as a 1 cost instead of purging it and get something else for another card. I don't think so. Maybe. Well, if it's going to do that. No. I'd rather hit that like that. Maybe we'll get lucky and be able to just play that out. Let's do that instead. Alright, Seraph. We do have to play Shark as well repeatedly, which kind of sucks. But, you know, we'll get over it. I have to play him repeatedly and he's still not going to kill off the Resolve birds. Although, I think getting rid of this one's probably what we want, right? Well, let's just play on that Resolve bird. Can't play Spike's thing there. Should I have gone middle? No, I want the time. Alright, well then he's going to die and that's just the way that is. We knew that was the plan, so... Really? Why can't you live? No, this is good. This kills off that guy at least. We're looking reasonable. It's a shame we couldn't get the Chandler on top floor, but I'm glad we had the extra turn to set up against the double heavies. I think we needed it. Bramblash is going to have to wait a turn before getting removed. Or is it? No, it can go here. So get rid of, that's the one we don't want to play first. Let's burn that. Those awkward times where Shark doesn't take enough hits to do his job. It's fine. No, Shark definitely skips leg day though. He did knock it out of himself very, very high. I could have given him the thing again. It's fine. a chance of something better than Shark again next turn. There's not that many hits. Hey Methos, how you doing? We did it, chat. Spike artifact and 2 draw artifacts. Had an alright run. Nothing fancy.